The Inner Citadel, a timeless protocol for human flourishing and sovereign living. Chapter 1. The Foundation of Sovereignty, Distinguishing What You Can Control. At the heart of a flourishing life lies a clear and unwavering understanding. Some aspects of existence fall within your direct influence, while others lie beyond it. This fundamental distinction forms the bedrock upon which all personal growth, resilience, and inner peace are built. By learning to separate these two realms with precision and honesty, you free yourself from needless turmoil and direct your energies toward what truly matters: your own thoughts, choices, efforts, and responses. Consider the nature of human experience. Every day brings a stream of events: conversations with others, changes in health or weather, outcomes at work or in relationships, successes and setbacks. Many of these arrive unbidden, shaped by factors outside your immediate command: the decisions of people around you, the unfolding of circumstances, the limits of the physical world. Attempting to dictate these external realities often leads to frustration, anxiety, or disappointment, because they depend on variables you cannot fully govern. Yet within this flow, there remains a sacred inner domain that is entirely yours. Your opinions about what happens, your desires and aversions, your intentions and impulses to act. These are the elements that truly belong to you. This insight echoes through ancient philosophical traditions that emphasized rational living and virtue. Early thinkers observed that human suffering frequently arises not from events themselves, but from our judgments and attachments to them. A delay in travel, for instance, is merely a circumstance. The distress comes from interpreting it as intolerable or unfair. By shifting focus inward, you reclaim authority over your inner state. You cannot always choose what occurs, but you can always choose how you meet it, with composure, reason, or purposeful action. To make this distinction practical, begin by examining a typical day. Suppose you encounter a disagreement with a colleague. The other person's words or stance may not be under your control. They arise from their own thoughts, experiences, and pressures. What remains yours is your response. The meaning you assign to the exchange, the tone you adopt, the effort you invest in understanding or resolving it. You decide whether to react with anger, curiosity, or calm reflection. Similarly, in matters of health, you may influence your habits, choosing nourishing food, movement, or rest, but the full outcome of bodily well-being involves countless unseen factors. Concentrate on the daily choices within reach, and release fixation on guaranteed results. This separation brings profound liberation. When you stop expending mental energy on what cannot be commanded, you conserve strength for what can. Imagine the relief of no longer carrying the weight of trying to orchestrate every variable in life. Relationships improve because you focus on your own conduct rather than demanding perfection from others. Challenges become opportunities for practice rather than sources of defeat. Inner tranquility emerges as a natural result, not as something chased externally. Practical application starts with simple awareness. Each morning or evening, pause for a few moments of quiet reflection. Review recent events and mentally sort them into two categories. Ask yourself, what here depended on my own actions, judgments, or efforts? And what belonged to the wider world, other people, timing, chance, or natural processes? For the first category, note where you acted in alignment with your better self and where improvement is possible. For the second, practice acceptance. Acknowledge the reality without resentment, then turn attention back to your response. Over weeks and months, this exercise sharpens discernment. You begin to notice patterns, how often worry stems from clinging to outcomes rather than stewarding your own character. The benefits extend to every area of living. In pursuit of goals, clarity prevents discouragement. You set intentions, take consistent steps, and adapt based on feedback without being crushed when external conditions shift. In emotional life, this understanding tempers intense feelings. Grief, fear, or joy still arise, but you engage them thoughtfully rather than being swept away. You might feel sadness over a loss, yet choose to honor it through meaningful action rather than prolonged despair. Courage grows as you face difficulties, knowing your inner fortress remains intact. Consider common life scenarios to deepen the practice. In parenting or leadership, you guide through example and clear communication, but you cannot force another's growth or agreement. Your sovereignty lies in modeling patience, fairness, and persistence. In creative endeavors, inspiration and external recognition fluctuate, yet the discipline of daily effort, the choice to sit down and work, stays yours. Even in solitude, when facing personal habits or inner doubts, the same principle applies. You control the narratives you tell yourself and the small actions that reshape them. This foundation does not promote passivity or resignation. On the contrary, it empowers vigorous engagement with life. By releasing what is not yours to command, you act more effectively in what is. Effort becomes focused and sustainable. You pursue excellence not for fleeting external validation, but for the inherent satisfaction of living in accordance with reason and virtue. Ancient observers noted that those who mastered this distinction lived with remarkable freedom, unburdened by the constant push and pull of fortune's wheel. To integrate this deeply, adopt a daily ritual of examination. At day's close, reflect on 3 instances: one where you successfully directed your attention inward, one where you slipped into concern over externals, and one opportunity for better alignment tomorrow. Keep reflections brief and compassionate. This is cultivation, not self-criticism. Over time, the habit rewires your default responses. What once provoked agitation now prompts a calm sorting. This is mine to address, that is not. Challenges to this practice will arise. The mind naturally drifts toward externals, news of distant events, others' opinions, unpredictable futures. When this happens, gently redirect. Remind yourself that true security and contentment reside in the quality of your inner world. External conditions may improve or worsen, yet a well-ordered mind remains a reliable refuge. This resilience proves especially valuable during times of uncertainty, loss, or rapid change. You weather storms not by controlling the winds, but by steadying the sails of your own judgment and will. As you progress, the distinction becomes intuitive. You move through the world with lighter step and clearer purpose. Interactions gain depth because you bring presence rather than demands. Decisions flow more naturally from aligned values rather than reactive fears. Ultimately, this chapter's foundation prepares the ground for all that follows. The cultivation of virtues, the reshaping of thought patterns, the building of habits, and the pursuit of meaningful aims. Without it, efforts scatter. With it, they converge into a coherent, flourishing life. Everything required for this transformation already exists within you. The capacity for clear judgment, deliberate choice, and patient reflection is part of human nature. These pages serve merely as a reminder and guide, pointing you back to your own inner resources. No special tools or external aids are necessary. Only consistent, honest attention to the boundary between what is yours and what is not. Begin today with one small act of distinction. Choose a single situation from your current circumstances and sort its elements carefully. Notice the immediate sense of relief or empowerment that arises. Carry this awareness forward and watch how it quietly reshapes your days. The inner citadel stands ready, its walls strengthened by every mindful application of this timeless principle. Sovereignty is not granted by circumstance. It is claimed through disciplined attention to what truly lies within your power.